Hello everyone. Today we are going to solve question number 54, spiral matrix. Given an m cross n matrix, return all the elements of the matrix in spiral order. Okay. So in this video, I'm going to discuss 2 to 3 methods to solve this question. Okay. You can see the utilities that we are using. We are using m for rows and for columns, and we are using a vector to store the answer. And in the end, we have to return this vector. Okay. So you can see from the examples that we have to traverse in this fashion where we traverse first in the right direction, then we go bottom, then we go in the left direction, then we go up, and we complete our spiral. Okay, so we have to traverse using this manner. Let's see how you can solve this question using iterative and recursive methods. Okay, so first thing first, you can see this is the traversal pattern you can see from the question 2. So to solve this question, I'm going to use these 4 variables. These are going to be our controllers, which are going to help us direct how much values we are going to pick from each row for each traversal. Okay, so for the first traversal, you can see here, we're going to start from 1 to 3. Okay, so it's simple. You're just going to pick from left to right. You're going to pick all the elements and we are going to push them in the array. Okay, and after this you can mark that this row has been completed, so we're going to do a top plus plus. So by doing top plus plus, top is going to point to 1, not 0. Okay, so this is going to mark that we have traversed the first row. This is the state of array which we are storing the answer. Okay, next, since we have done this part, next we have to store elements from top to bottom. Okay, so since we already did a top plus plus, we don't have to take care of this value being repeated. Okay, next we are going to start it from top and we are going to store it till bottom. So we're going to start from top 1 and we're going to store it till bottom. And so we are using this second loop to store values from 6 and 9. Okay, so this is going to be a state, and next you have to do a right minus minus because we have completed this column. Okay, next, for next iteration, so you can see here in these 2 iterations you can see that we have modified top and we have modified right. Okay, we have modified these 2 variables. So for the next 2 iterations, what you are going to do is you're going to check if row exists to travel. Okay, if there's no row that exists to travel, then we cannot like that means we have covered all the elements. Okay, so you have to check using this condition where top is less than equal to bottom. Okay, this confirms that we still have a row to traverse. Okay, so after this we are going to traverse array from right to left. Okay, we are going to traverse array from right to left in this bottom one. So you can see here from right to left I minus minus and answer dot push back matrix of bottom comma bottom and I. So I am traversing the bottom row for values from right to left. Okay, next we have to do a bottom minus minus so that we can mark that we have completed this this row. Okay, and same fashion we are going to move up, and for up again we are going to check if that column exists for us to travel yet. Okay, so if we have not traversed this column, okay, fully, because we have traversed this, we have traversed this, we have traversed this, but we never traversed this column. Okay, so we are going to check it, and to check that we have to use this part if left is less than equal to right. Okay, and we can say 0 is 1. So we are going to traverse using for loop again in the same fashion where we start from bottom and we end up till top. You can see since top and bottom have same values, this loop is going to run only one time and we are going to store 4. Okay, and next we have to do a left plus plus since we have completed this whole column. Okay, and in the end you can see we have only 5 left, and this is the same thing that we can pick up from this first traversal. Okay, this first traversal, as we traverse in this direction, same way we are traversing for 5 in this direction. Okay, So these are all the steps to traverse the array in spiral manner. Let's see how we can code this part. Okay. So first we need 4 variables. So int left is equal to 0, int right is equal to n minus 1. Sorry, m minus 1. Int top is equal to 0, int bottom is equal to n minus 1. Okay. So now we have to just use this as while top is less than equal to bottom and left is less than equal to right. Okay. Now what you have to do is you have to traverse the array using these 4 methods. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to directly pick them from this part. Okay. So I'm going to pick them. Yeah. So you can see this is going to be traversal of first method. Okay. So we'll start from left, we'll move till right. Okay. And we'll move till right, and then we have to do a top plus same manner. We are going to traverse for this I, and here we are going to start from top and we'll end at bottom, and here we need I, and this part we are traversing the rightmost, so we need right over here. Okay. And next we'll need a right minus minus. Next we have to check for the next 2 iterations. So if top is less than equal to bottom, so for the next iteration we have to check this, and then again I'm going to use this for loop. So this will start from right side. Okay, this is going to start from right side, this is going to be left, and this is going to be greater than equal to, and it's going to be I minus minus, and we have to traverse the bottom one. Okay, I have to write this top bottom I 0. Yeah. And after this loop we have to again do that bottom minus minus. Okay. And for the final one we have to do left less than equal to right. Okay. And this is going to be, we start from bottom, we go till top, and we do I minus minus, we will start from I and we'll end at. So you can, if you forgot sometime that which variable have you haven't used yet, so you can see top, right, bottom. So this is going to be left. Okay. And this is going to be left plus plus. Okay. So let's run this. I think so we have done some mistake over here. So we encountered a runtime error. Let me just try this. Yeah. So there's some issue. I accidentally wrote MNN accidentally. Okay. So let's submit this. So you can see we have solved this question. Okay. So next let's discuss the recursive way to solve this question. Okay. So we were discussing the recursive method to solve this question. As you can see here, the while loop is carrying most of the part of this code, where while loop is responsible for checking if top is less than bottom, if left is less than right, and for the traversal from left to right, right to bottom, bottom from bottom right to left, and then left to up. Okay, so you can see here all the four parts. Next, so I just restructured them. Okay, I just restructured them to make them into the recursive method to solve this question. Okay, so you can see, first thing first, I created a solve function to basically use recursion. Okay, so I passed on these four variables, right, top, left, bottom. I also passed on answer, and I have passed on matrix too. So matrix is passed on basis of passed by reference. Okay, and same goes for answer. Okay, next you can see my precondition for for the recursion being if top is less than if top is greater than bottom, or if left is greater than right. In that case, my code is going to return. Okay, so first thing, we have to start for the first row. Okay, so for the first row, you can see for the first row we have from for int I equal to left to right, we're going to fill the complete row. Okay, so I have inclusion from left to right. I have included all the values. So 1, 2, 3 are filled using this. Next, we are going to move from top to bottom. Okay. So for top to bottom, we are going to fill the right column, except we are not going to fill the first element because we filled the complete row in the first one. Okay. So 3 is going to repeat. So to prevent that, I'm going to start my traversal from top plus 1. Okay. Next, we are going to traverse till bottom, and we're going to push all the values. Next part, from right to left. Okay, so for right to left, we have the section. So first thing first, we have to check if the if another row, if another column still exists. Okay, in that case only we are going to traverse from right to left. Okay, so you can see now we are going to travel the bottom row except the last element, the last element being 9. Okay, so we are going to start our result from right minus 1. These small points, top plus 1, right minus 1, these are the only hurdles to solve this question recursively. Other than that, it's pretty much straightforward, the same code as the iterative one. Okay, next this part from till left. Okay, till left we are going to traverse, so we have covered till 7. Okay, and we are going to do answer. We are going to push the answer. Okay, so we have pushed 8 and 7 2, and the next part for 4 and 5, only this move 4 and 5 are left. So now for 4 traversal from bottom to top, so bottom was here, top was here. From bottom to top, you are going to check if there's still a column exists. Okay, this column, if there's still a column exists, and yes, this column exists because right will be pointing on 2, and the left will be pointing on this one. Okay, so in this case you can specifically see that we have started from bottom minus 1. So bottom minus 1 means that we are traversing from this part, not we have excluded 7. Okay, first thing, we have excluded 7, and top is greater and I is greater than top, not greater than equal to. You can see in these cases greater than equal to, less than equal to, less than equal to, but in this case you have greater than top only. So by this, you're also excluding 1. Okay, you have also excluded 1, we have also excluded 7, we are only utilizing this 4 over here. Okay, so this loop, this is going to push 4, and in the end we have to return or recursively call this way. Okay, so matrix left plus 1, right minus 1, top plus 1, bottom minus 1, and answer. So all the changes that we made initially while traversing over here, we have to pass on these changes to the recursion. Okay, so let's run this. Okay, so let's submit this. So this was the recursive way to solve this question. Next, we're going to discuss the third method. That's going to be direction based. Okay.